Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now today I want to do a quick update on ICP's price, just because we've seen kind of we saw a pretty decent push up in price. Then obviously we've seen it kind of fall down a little bit, and then so far we haven't seen too much movement. So I want to give just a super quick update talking about kind of what we could see in the future, how things look currently, maybe some possible outcomes over the next month or two. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in. So starting out looking at crypto bubbles, I want to kind of check on this kind of to get an overall sense of the market before we go into talking about ICP specifically. But what we can see here overall is a more green than red day. Obviously, kind of the theme of the market currently is memes are doing very, very much quite well at this point. We are seeing, Aptos and Sui, kind of the two big layer 2 winners that have really shown some pretty strong performance over the past probably 3 to 4 weeks. But overall, everything, looking pretty good overall. Again, memes very much being the ones that are kind of winning the market so far. If we look at the ICP chart, though, there's a couple of things that I wanted to show you. So as we can see, we had this multi-months long wedge that was forming. We broke out of it, kind of came back down, and then now we've been kind of bouncing on the top end of this wedge, as well as kind of finding this line of support here on a couple different occasions. We have broken above kind of the top end of this line and are kind of sitting on it, as we've done, kind of more or less over the past week or so. We've just kind of been bouncing above and below this whole line. If we turn on Bollinger Bands, what we can see is we are in kind of the bottom end of the channel, but we're not bouncing up against any any either end of the band. And so what we can see, over basically since the end of August, obviously we have seen kind of some fluctuations from here and there, but it's been relatively consolidated, kind of from the highs that we saw back in July to kind of the lows that we saw in early August. Everything since then is kind of been within those two bands. I think kind of the main reason that we're seeing this is mainly because we've got the election kind of coming up here in a couple weeks from now. And so a lot of what I've been hearing over the past several weeks and even kind of more recently, what I've been hearing is most people, basically from the beginning of August until realistically election day, this is just kind of a no trade zone, right? I mean, obviously people are trading, prices are moving, but it's been, as we can see, very choppy. There's really been no direction one way or the other. It's just been very kind of boring, choppy overall, just because people are trying to figure out what's going on with the election. I know there is kind of this general consensus that, if Kamala wins, that's bad. If Trump wins, that's good. I don't really tend to subscribe to that notion, just because I think crypto is stronger than which political party wins. Obviously, maybe we'd have some short-term bumps in the road, but at this point, crypto is an international thing. And so even if the US decides that they want to completely ban and kill crypto, that's not going to stop it from happening. It's just all of the successful crypto companies are going to be outside of the US, unlike the internet, where the US decisively won that. And basically all of the big internet companies you can think of are based in the US. And so, regardless of who wins the election, I really don't think it matters. But overall, basically until then, I think we're realistically going to be setting up for some pretty boring kind of trading. I would imagine kind of between this channel that we've seen so far, kind of on the bottom end of about $7 and the top end of about $9.50-ish roughly. And this kind of seems to be, kind of the main channel that we'll be in. And we've kind of seen that basically ever since the beginning of July. Obviously we had a small breakout here, small breakout here, and then a small breakout here. But ever since, it's been pretty much kind of following within this channel. Again, I'd imagine that probably continues to be the case until after the election, because then kind of regardless of who wins, we at least have some sort of determination of what we're going to be dealing with over the next 4 years. And then people can kind of begin to adjust their investment strategies and theses and whatnot accordingly. So anyway, hopefully the information that we covered today was useful. If it was, please do give us a like and subscribe. It really, really does help us out. Also, I do try to read and respond to all of the comments. So if you have any comments, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.